My children, this warning is urgent and could completely transform everything you believe you know about the future of our planet. The Virgin Mary herself has brought a striking revelation, a direct and unequivocal warning about nations on the brink of collapse, threatened by devastating rising waters. Do not ignore these words, for the Mother of God warns us that a great natural event is silently approaching. What you hear now could be decisive in protecting your family, your community, and your own life. This video will reveal which countries face imminent danger and how we can prepare for what is about to happen. This urgent message from the Virgin Mary is not just a warning. It is a profound call to awakening, to reflect on the evident signs the world is showing us, and to sincerely seek spiritual and material protection in times of great uncertainty. But do not be deceived. It is essential to stay until the end, for each word carries meaning and may be the missing key to understanding what is really happening. Before we continue, write in the comments where you are watching from and present your request to the Virgin Mary. Let us unite our voices in a powerful chain of faith and protection. This is a moment of spiritual connection with people all over the world who, like you, seek peace, guidance, and hope to face the challenges ahead. Your participation is fundamental and creates a bond of prayer capable of protecting us all. For a long time, the Virgin Mary has been warning humanity, revealing the signs of the times and the dangers that surround us. Since her apparitions in Fatima, Medjugorje, and so many other sacred places, her voice resonates as an urgent appeal for the world to return to the path of faith, peace, and conversion. And now, once again, her words are clear and firm. There are countries at real risk that need to be prepared for the rising waters. The planet itself is reacting, and for some, this message may seem like just a prediction, but for those who understand the spiritual signs, it is an invitation to a deeper and more conscious preparation. This video is a unique opportunity to understand which regions are threatened and how you can protect yourself both spiritually and physically. Each phrase of this message from the Virgin Mary holds a warning about what is to come. You won't want to miss a single detail. Stay with us until the end and don't let doubt keep you away. By watching until the very last moment, you will gain access to a broader view of the most vulnerable countries and revelations that many ignore, but which may be the true path to protection and security. Prepare yourself, because what will be revealed may mean the difference between being prepared and being surprised. In the next few minutes, you will understand why this message from the Virgin Mary is one of the most urgent calls of our time and how it can profoundly impact the future of the world, your family, and your own history. If you wish to understand what is truly at stake, participate and be part of this current of faith and hope as we unveil together every detail of this urgent message from the Virgin Mary. And before we move on, we want to know again where you are watching from. Tell us in the comments which country, city, or region you are watching from. This goes beyond simple curiosity. It's a way to unite thoughts and prayers, to connect hearts seeking protection and guidance. This is also the moment to make your personal request to the Virgin Mary. Whether it's a prayer for the safety of your family, whether it's a cry for world peace or a plea for those living in the most vulnerable regions, write what's in your heart. Each comment is like a lit candle, a sign of faith and hope that unites with others. Share your request and let's form together a powerful chain of light and protection. This space is more than a video. It's a spiritual encounter, a place of strengthening and seeking answers amidst uncertain times. Our audience is not just a spectator. They are part of this living message. United, we can create a chain of prayer that crosses borders, reaches homes, and touches hearts that need this strength. Your presence, your comment, and your intention are essential, because when many unite with the same purpose, that purpose becomes transformative. And as we advance into the deeper revelations of the Virgin Mary's message, you will understand that this union between people from different places and cultures does not happen by chance. There is a purpose in each person who has come here. There are hundreds, perhaps thousands, of souls around the world who, like you, seek to understand which regions are in danger and what this warning reveals to us about them. Imminent events and observe with sincerity the times that are living. Have you noticed how many natural disasters have arisen in recent times? The earth groans, the seas are agitated, volcanoes awaken, the winds grow stronger, and creation, entrusted to the hands of man, shows signs of pain and weariness. None of this happens without a profound call to human consciousness. And my children, I see cities being shaken, homes destroyed, families wounded by fear and loss. I see entire peoples suffering not only from the force of nature, but also from the hardness of hearts. Wars multiply, hatred grows, violence becomes commonplace, and many are no longer surprised by the pain of others. The world, little by little, has strayed from the path of love and truth, and therefore humanity has sunk into spiritual destruction even before the visible destruction. I tell you, my children, it is not only the earth that trembles, it is also the souls that are empty. It is not only the fire that erupts from volcanoes, it is the coldness of the human heart that no longer knows how to love, forgive, and welcome. Man has forgotten that everything is fleeting, that power, wealth, and vanity cannot sustain life when the storm arrives. Many walk aimlessly, far from God, and thus the world loses its balance. My mother's heart saddens to see my children turning away from the light, choosing paths of pride, selfishness, and indifference. Creation responds to man's inner disorder, for when the soul closes itself to God, everything around it also becomes disorganized. The signs are before your eyes, not to frighten you, but to awaken you. Yet, my children, do not lose hope. Even amidst destruction, I continue to call to you tenderly. I wish you to understand that this is a time of return, of deep reflection, of true life change. It's time to rebuild homes on love, to restore dormant faith, to choose peace instead of violence, humility instead of pride. The world is lost when it turns away from God, but it can be restored when the human heart decides to return. Listen to this silent call that echoes in events, in pain, and in trials. Do not harden your hearts. I walk with you, like a mother who does not abandon her children, even when they are lost. My children, remain in inner silence and let my words descend to the depths of your souls. What your eyes have seen in these times is not the fruit of chance, nor a simple coincidence of nature. Creation speaks, the earth cries out, the heavens manifest themselves, because the heart of man has strayed from the harmony for which it was created. Volcanoes awaken, waters advance, the earth trembles, and many ask only when it will all pass, but few ask what needs to change within themselves. My children, humanity runs, builds, consumes, and competes, but has forgotten to listen. It has forgotten to look at the wounded brother, at the broken family, at the children without hope, at the abandoned elderly. The world has become too noisy to hear the voice of God. And when man no longer listens, the signs become stronger, not as punishment, but as a last appeal for mercy. I see wars spreading like open wounds, fueled by pride, the desire for power, and the lack of love. I see nations rising against each other, while many hearts close to compassion. My children, no war begins with weapons alone. All begin within the human heart, when love is replaced by hatred and forgiveness is exchanged for revenge. Humanity has sunk into destruction because it has lost its sense of the sacred. Everything has become disposable: life, truth, family, faith. Many no longer know why they live, nor where they are going. They seek to fill the void with fleeting possessions, quick pleasures, and false promises, but the void grows, and with it grows the pain of the world. My mother's heart aches to see my children confused, tired, wounded by choices that have distanced them from the light. Many carry silent anguish, deep fears, a sadness they cannot explain. My children, this happens because the soul was created for God, and when it turns away from Him, nothing else can fill it. Observe nature. When everything is in balance, it flourishes. When the balance is broken, it reacts. So it is with the human heart. When it turns away from love, humility, and truth, everything around it begins to crumble. The external destruction is a reflection of an inner destruction that has lasted a long time. But listen to me carefully, my children. There is still hope. While I call you, while your hearts still feel restlessness, while your conscience still speaks, nothing is lost. These difficult times are also times of decision. Each soul is invited to choose, to remain indifferent or to return to the path of light. Do not wait for the world to change to then change your lives. Transformation begins within each one of you. It begins when you choose good even when evil seems easier. It begins when you restore your homes with dialogue, respect, and love. It begins when you stop judging and start welcoming. When you cease to hurt and begin to heal, my children, be vigilant. Do not be deceived by the false normality of violence and injustice. Do not accept as common that which wounds human dignity. Do not harden your hearts in the face of the world's pain. Every gesture of love, however small it may seem, helps to sustain humanity that falters. I am with you in every silent tear, in every hidden fear, in every cry that rises from the depths of the soul. I do not abandon you. I walk beside you, calling you tenderly, insisting with love, awaiting your free and sincere response. This is a time of awakening, my children, a time to return to the essential, a time to rebuild what has been broken, beginning with the heart. If the world seems to sink into destruction, be those who build. If darkness seems to grow, be the light. There is still time. As long as there is faith, humility, and love, humanity can rise again. In the face of all that you see and experience, in the face of the pain, the fears, the uncertainties, and the trials that multiply, I ask you, pray, my children, not as an empty habit, but as a true encounter, as one who places oneself before God with humility and trust. Prayer opens paths where human eyes only see walls. Seek the divine grace of my Son, Jesus. It is in him that your protection lies. It is in him that you find refuge when evil tries to approach your lives, your homes, and your hearts. My Son is light that dispels all darkness, truth that confounds deceit, love that conquers all hatred. When you approach him with sincerity, no force of evil can prevail. My children, many ask for protection, but few are willing to change their path. The grace of God is not only a shield that guards you, it is also a force that transforms you. She calls you to abandon that which separates you from light, break with attitudes that wound your soul and the lives of others. Do not fear this change, for God never takes something away without offering something greater in return. Understand, my children, that there is a divine calling echoing in this time. God calls each heart in a personal and silent way. He calls through events, inner anxieties, questions that do not leave you in peace. Many try to silence this calling with distractions, excesses, indifference, but the voice of God remains, insistent and loving. When I tell you to seek the grace of my Son, I speak of a true surrender. I speak of entrusting your lives to him, your fears, your families, your projects, and also your weaknesses. Do not wait to be perfect to approach God. It is precisely in your fragility that grace manifests itself most strongly. My children, evil takes advantage of the distracted soul, the hardened heart, the dormant faith. Therefore, I ask you for vigilance. Pray that your eyes may see the good, that your ears may recognize the truth, and that your steps may not stray from the path that leads to life. Prayer strengthens, clarifies, sustains, and protects. Understand God's call as an invitation of love, not as a threat. He does not call you to fear, but to trust. He does not call you to despair, but to hope. Even in the midst of tribulations, God continues to extend his hands, waiting only for you to hold them with faith. I am with you, my children, interceding, accompanying, sustaining every step taken towards the light. Trust in the divine grace of my Son and allow it to envelop you, protect you, and deliver you from all evil. Listen to this call with an open heart and respond with a life that reflects love, faith, and fidelity. There is still time. Pray not only with your lips, but with your life, with your choices, with the inner silence that opens itself to the presence of God. True prayer is born when the heart recognizes its need for heaven. Seek the divine grace of my Son, for it is in it that you find the strength that sustains you when everything seems to crumble. Grace is not distant, nor reserved for a few. It is poured out upon those who humbly place themselves before God. My Son protects you when you choose to walk with him, when you allow His light to illuminate your decisions and His teachings to shape your steps. It is this grace that delivers you from evil, often in ways you don't even perceive. My children, evil does not always present itself clearly. Often it disguises itself as indifference, haste, pride, false freedom. It enters when faith is set aside, when God no longer occupies the center of life, when the heart becomes accustomed to living without silence and without reflection. Therefore, I call you to vigilance. Whoever prays with an attentive heart learns to discern, learns to recognize that which separates from the light. Understand God's call that resounds in this time. It is not a call of condemnation, but of return. God calls because He loves, insists because He waits, corrects because He desires to save. He calls fathers and mothers to rebuild their homes upon love and respect. He calls young people not to get lost on empty paths. He calls those who are weary and wounded not to give up hope. Each call is personal, profound, and demands a free response. Many say they believe in God, but live as if He did not exist. My children, faith is not just a word, it is a daily decision. It is choosing good when evil seems easier. It is forgiving when pride wants to dominate. It is trusting when fear tries to paralyze. The grace of my Son acts powerfully in those who take concrete steps in the direction of truth. Pray for your families, for the home is one of the places most attacked in these times. Where dialogue is lacking, division grows. Where love is lacking, coldness grows. Where God is lacking, emptiness grows. When you seek divine grace for your homes, they become havens of peace amidst the chaos of the world. Even simple gestures, when done with faith, restore what seemed lost. My children, do not wait for grand signs to change. God's call manifests itself in the small anxieties of the heart, in that discomfort that invites you to be better, in that desire to start over, in that wish to abandon what hurts the soul. Do not silence this voice. It is a sign that grace is already at work. I walk with you, interceding ceaselessly, sustaining you when your strength seems small. As a mother, I know your pains and your falls, but I also know the capacity each one has to rise when they trust in God. Do not give in to discouragement, for it does not come from heaven. Where there is faith, there is always a way, even if narrow. Understand, my children, that this time demands firm decisions. This is not the time to live a superficial faith, nor to postpone the conversion of the heart. It is time to deepen, to strengthen, to root life in God. The grace of my Son is available, but it asks for openness, humility, and perseverance. Pray, seek, trust. Allow God to guide your steps and transform your lives from within. Thus, even surrounded by difficulties, you will be protected. Even in the midst of shadows, you will remain in the light. This is God's call, to return to the essential, to live in grace, to walk in faith. I guide you, my children, but it is you who must give the answer with an open and faithful heart. Humanity is losing its way, my children, because it has turned away from love, truth, and the presence of God. In the midst of chaos, many no longer know where to go. In the midst of disasters, many no longer know whom to trust. In the midst of evil, many have ceased to believe that good can still prevail. I see the world in turmoil, confused hearts, wounded souls. I see pain spreading, violence becoming commonplace, suffering being treated with indifference. Creation suffers, nations are restless, families are weakened, and man, in his haste and pride, forgets to look to heaven. That is why I call you. Come to me, my children, before despair silences hope. Faced with chaos, many hearts harden. Faced with disasters, many rebel. Faced with evil, many respond with more evil. But this is not the path that leads you to life. Evil is not overcome with hatred, nor is darkness dissipated with more darkness. It is necessary to return to the source of love, to the humility that recognizes one's own fragility, and to the faith that sustains when everything seems to crumble. My children, humanity is lost because it has lost the sense of God, and, in losing God, it has also lost the meaning of life itself. Many live without purpose, without direction, seeking to fill the void empty with that which is fleeting. But the more they seek outside, the emptier they become inside. The human heart was created for the infinite, and nothing small can satisfy it. Come to me, my children, so that I may lead you again to the safe path. I do not call you to fear, but to shelter. I do not call you to condemnation, but to mercy. In my mother's heart there is room for your pains, your falls, your doubts, and your tears. None of them are ignored by God. In the face of growing evil, be instruments of goodness. In the face of spreading lies, be witnesses of truth. In the face of division, be builders of peace. Do not wait for the world to change to then change your hearts. The transformation of humanity begins when each child decides to turn to God with sincerity. My children, the external chaos reflects an inner chaos that has lasted for a long time. When man turns away from prayer, he loses peace. When he turns away from love, he loses balance. When he turns away from God, he loses his way. But there is still time. While this call echoes, the path of return remains open. I walk with you through the storms, holding your hands when fear tries to dominate. Trust even when you don't understand everything. Persevere even when your strength seems small. Heaven does not abandon those who seek the light with sincerity. Come to me, my children. Take refuge in love, faith, and hope. Let me lead you to my Son, who is peace amidst chaos, light amidst darkness, and life amidst destruction. As long as there is a heart willing to return, humanity can still be restored. I see the world wounded, marked by conflicts, divisions, and injustices. I see the earth reacting, nations trembling, homes weakening. I see children who no longer know how to listen, parents who no longer know how to guide, hearts that no longer know how to love. Haste has taken the place of reflection, pride has taken the place of humility, and selfishness has taken the place of charity. Thus, little by little, humanity distances itself from the light and sinks into its own darkness. My children, the chaos you see outside is a reflection of the chaos that has settled within your souls. When God is left aside, everything loses its balance. When faith weakens, hope falters. When love cools, evil finds room to grow. Many try to justify violence, normalize lies, and relativize truth, and thus the human heart becomes confused and heavy. That is why I call you insistently. Come to me. Come before discouragement makes you give up. Come before fear dominates your decisions. Come before the coldness of the world extinguishes the flame of faith within you. In my mother's heart there is shelter for those who feel lost, strength for those who feel weak, and solace for those who no longer find meaning amidst pain. My children, humanity is lost because it has forgotten that it was created to love and to live in communion. Man has begun to look only at himself, at his desires and interests, and has ceased to see the brother who suffers beside him. Where compassion is lacking, injustice grows. Where forgiveness is lacking, resentment grows. Where God is lacking, emptiness grows. And this emptiness, when not filled by light, transforms into destruction. Faced with disasters, many rebel. Faced with evil, many harden. Faced with suffering, many close themselves off. But I tell you, my children, closing your hearts will not protect you. Only love is capable of healing what chaos has destroyed. Only faith is capable of sustaining when everything seems to crumble. Only truth is capable of liberating when lies spread. Come to me to relearn how to trust. Come to me to relearn how to listen to the voice of God in the silence. Come to me to relearn how to live with simplicity, humility, and mercy. Do not think that you are too small or too weak to respond to this call. God manifests himself precisely in hearts that recognize their need. My children, do not become accustomed to evil as if it were inevitable. Do not accept chaos as if it were normal. Every act of kindness, every just choice, every heart that returns to God helps to sustain the faltering world. Even when all seems lost, a faithful soul can still be a light for many. I walk with you amidst the storms of this time. I know your struggles, your falls, and your hidden tears. I do not abandon you. Even when you feel distant, I continue to call you. This is a decisive time, a time of return, a time of inner awakening.